Hey folks, Todd here. So I ran into a little problem with my Maverick and I did some research and I found out that this is actually something that's kind of common. Not with every Maverick, but it's happened. And so hopefully this will help a lot of different people because I have not been able to find a good video on it. So let me go ahead and flip this around and show you what happened here. All right, so this is my passenger side rear door. I went to crack the window because it's hot, it's in Florida, right? So I went to crack the window and the window just went all the way down, then would not go back up. Now this is a Friday. This always happens when you can't get any help, right? So this is a Friday afternoon when this happens and I'm not gonna be able to find parts right now. I'm not gonna be, and I fly out for a week tomorrow. So I've got to get this window up because this truck has got to sit at the airport for a week and I don't want the window down. So emergency situation, right? So I had to, do all kinds of research, look all over the place. This is what I finally came up with. So here is the back door, right? Where the switch is. I've already got the switch off, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I needed to do to get that switch off of there. So here's a plastic pry tool. You wanna use two of these. You wanna use one to kind of wiggle at it to get it kind of spread apart. And then the other one, I've only got one hand to do this with, so I have to show you what I did. The other one, you want to kind of push up, kind of get in between there, and then push up on it right in this location here and push straight up. The reason why is because of that little square hole right there is right where this little clip pops in. And then this hook right here hooks right underneath this little location here. So once that pops up, it just pulls right out. You can pull it all the rest of the way out to be able to access the harness. If you know how to do it, it's really easy. You do have to use a good bit of force to get it pushed up, but you're not going to break anything, and that's what's important. Next, another thing, I've already gone ahead and pulled this apart, so that's not in there all the way because it's kind of hard to do with just one hand, and that's all I've got to work with. But that right there is the button you push in on, and if you got two hands, you can kind of wiggle this apart and pull that switch off. Now, I was reading that people were having, they would take it to the dealership and the dealerships change out the switch. I don't think they're talking about the rear switches. The rear switches are kind of a dumb switch. They're a pass-through, right? Everything actually happens at the front driver's side switch. That's your main controller switch. So that's the one that's probably bad at that, at the passenger side rear location. And to test my theory, I went ahead and pulled the switch from the driver's side and popped it over here because it's the same switch. It's just, this casing is mirror image. So I put that in there, put power to it and pulled it up and down and nothing happened. So what I did is I just went ahead and I grabbed a 12-volt battery. And this is a battery for tools. So I've got a little plug right here for negative and a little plug for positive. Now, what I did is I made a little pair of wires, right? So I've got my negative, little spade connector. Those will actually slip right into the negative and the positive. And then on the other end, I crimped on these little connectors here. They're actually, I'm kind of improvising here. So I kind of clip those off so I have something to kind of prod with, right? So a couple of probes. So what I did is I hooked them up to the pins. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to clip onto here for your ground and trust that that's going to get information back up to here because that actually has to go, if you're going that way using the vehicle's ground, it actually has to communicate back to the driver's side front. And that's not going to work if that switch is bad. So what you want to do, let me go ahead and pull this down. You'll notice we got a couple wires. We got a yellow wire here, and then on this side we got a black wire with white stripe in it. Right here it looks like it's just a white wire, but it's really a black wire with a white stripe. In between those two, we've got a gray wire and then a white wire, and that white wire's got a purple stripe. And that is opposite from where your button is to release it. So it's those two right there above my thumbnail. And I can't remember which is which as far as which one, putting the power on it to put it up. But I can tell you the first time I set it up, I did ground on one side and power on the other. And I just got a little bit of a spark. I swapped the polarity and then the window went up. So now my window's up. That's what you got to do. I am not going to reconnect the switch because I don't want to actually bump something and then have to pull this all apart and do this at, you know, because that's probably what would happen. So I'm just going to kind of tuck that in there, and I'm going to take this right here, pop that in place, and fix it whenever I get home. But for now, I don't have to worry about it. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. If it does, let me know in the comments, and I'll probably put an update in the comments or description or something like that to tell you what happened, you know, to get everything all completely fixed, because I'm out of bumper to bumper warranty as it would happen. All right. Anyway, you guys take care. See ya.